PlayStation 5 revealed, Horizon Zero Dawn 2, and a load of next-gen looking indie-ish games. It's time for some gaming R&R. So the first thing I would like to start off with, and that's the get to the point, right? PlayStation 5 was finally revealed, and we have now been confirmed. There are two different PlayStation 5s, a digital edition and the regular Blu-ray edition. And it's not a surprise. I think that is the way that video games are starting to go, you know, allowing to have sort of that entry point of a digital only edition, because some people, they don't really care to have the physical disc. Now, myself, I'm always going to get a disc version if available. I know at some point that will likely be obsolete, but from now, if there's going to be a disc version, I'm getting it. I'm not going all digital. I don't know. I just like having the discs. I think overall, I think it's a really nice looking system. I'm not going to really dive into any speculations so much in regards to the hardware. I do think, though, the new branding on the way it looks with the white, I think it's a nice, new, fresh take on it. There are some people who I have read or seen on social media really not liking the white look, and I can understand that. I think it's a huge separation from what we currently have when it comes to the PlayStation, PS3, PS4, well, now 5 is completely different, but it does look like a Wi-Fi unit, right? But overall, I'm really happy with the way the system looks. I'm not really off-put about it. I am wondering, though, it looks fairly bulky. But again, we're just looking at images, so I wonder if there will be any final tweaks or revisions of the overall size of it. But at the same time, I think the Xbox Series X is also a fairly beefy looking system. And in reality, you know, these systems, my guess is they're expecting to basically have a 10-year lifespan on this system, if not longer, with having the digital version. But that's all speculation, so we're not going to really get into that so much. Except there is one thing I want to speculate and kind of put out my opinion on, and that's the price. PlayAsia, I can certainly say that I think that they're very much a reputable company, but a little while ago, they had a pre-order for the PlayStation 5 at $700, and a lot of people have been reacting to that and saying, oh, it's going to be, you know, north of $600. But I'll say this, I don't know how this is all going to shake out, but my opinion is this. PlayStation 5 could end up being close to $500-600. But there's two editions here too, and I think the other factor that we don't know is the hard drive space, right? So what I'm about to say is not proven fact. I have no information to back this up, nor have I been given any information. However, my thought is this. I think the digital edition will launch at $399 with a 2 terabyte hard drive. Now, the Blu-ray edition of the PS5, I could see around $549. Now, it is possible it could go up to $599. However, I think a $200 disparity at $399 to $599 is just going to be way too much for the market to bear. I don't think putting the digital edition at $450 or $449 would actually sell units. I think if they look at their past, they need to be somewhere in the middle. And so therefore, my thought and my theory is going to be that the digital edition of PS5 will release with a 2 terabyte hard drive. It will be $399. And the PS5 Blu-ray edition will be at $549 with a 1 terabyte hard drive. And that's pretty much what I think is going to be the price point. And I think that's a comfortable price point for everyone, given the circumstances of it being next gen. And again, that is all pure speculation on my part. Let me know in the comments below what you think, not only about the PlayStation 5 reveal, how it looks, but what do you think the best price point would be for the PS5 Digital Edition and the Disc Edition. Now, let's get into the games. And first off, I'm going to say I'm not going to talk about all the games because first, we didn't see gameplay for every single game. Additionally, there are some of these games that we already knew that we just saw more info on. So without further ado, let me highlight some of my favorite games. Now, many of you have not heard me talk about video games because, well, this is actually our first video game series that we're doing on the channel. But my favorite game, and the game that I just cannot put down, is Horizon Zero Dawn. And one of the most notable things is the name Zero Dawn obviously is no longer in the title. So Horizon 2 Forbidden West is the new game. And granted, we've only seen a little bit of video. We're not seeing like it's a trailer. But I have every bit of confidence in Guerrilla Games in order to deliver a really good sequel to Horizon Zero Dawn. And so I am really, really, really excited. And I anticipate and I expect that Horizon Zero Dawn is going to be a launch title with the PS5. I would not be surprised if they did a Horizon Zero Dawn version of the PS5 digital with the game loaded and physical with the disc. So if they do, I am definitely doing that. Next, GTA 5 Online. We all know that GTA 5 is this monster game that just, carries through generations, and it's going to carry over into PS5. And that's not a surprise to me. What I'm impressed with is the fact that they are pumping out all new content to go with this launch. Additionally, they're giving current online players $1 million, cash in-game for the next, several months until the PlayStation 5 is released, which is really cool. Additionally, GTA 5 Online will launch free with the system, which that's another bonus. I mean, that's another $50, $40 game that's going to come with the system. So I think overall, the start of this sort of promotion and launch of the system is starting out really well. Additionally, some games that we knew about, but didn't really get more information than what has been out there, and that's Spider-Man Miles Morales, Godfall, Hitman 3, NBA 2K 2021. I mean, isn't that released all the time? And really? Only a trailer? No gameplay? Why did you even come? Demon's Souls, I know we've heard about it, never really seen anything about it, and well, to be fair, we haven't seen anything about it yet. Resident Evil 8, which again, we have heard about it, but again, we didn't see much. However, we did see glimpses of gameplay, so it was really kind of hard to tell what was gameplay and what was trailer-ish. So overall, I'm pretty excited about all those different titles. I couldn't be excited more. However, the most interesting thing is Resident Evil 8 has been scrapped for the PS4. Yes, folks, in order to play Resident Evil 8, you're gonna have to get a PS5. But let's also talk about some other games that I think show a lot of promise. We have Project Athea, that's what I think it's called. To me, looking at this footage, I really feel like it's that sort of Horizon Zero Dawn-ish type feel, which I'm really, really excited about. Returnal is very, very interesting to me. It almost feels like a Mass Effect meets Dark Souls. Sackboy Big Adventure is kind of Sackboy's trying to be Mario. Destruction All-Stars, which I think is Rocket League meets... I don't actually know. But it looks cool. Kena Bridge of Spirits. Now this game looks phenomenal. In fact, this is going to be one of those games that I want to get with the PS5. Goodbye Volcano High. It kind of just feels like the next Catherine to me. Ghostwire Tokyo is like, to me, Portal meets Mirror's Edge. Little Devil Inside feels like a refreshing new take on a couple of different genres. Pragmata looks very interesting, but I really want to see more Deathloop. Now, Deathloop looks very, very cool, and I like the theory of the game itself. So it's one of those that I want to see more of the game once we see gameplay and all the demos and such, but At the same time, I mean, to me, that game is almost like Frank Miller meets Quentin Tarantino. Like, who would not like that game? Finally, one of my old-time favorites that I've always wanted to sort of have that next-gen feel game, and that's Oddworld. Oddworld Sandstorm is just one of those games that I am personally excited for, and I cannot wait to get my hands on it. I also feel that it's back to a dark premise, which I think is a really good idea, because the way that the Odyssey games have gone in the recent probably 10 years-ish have just been a little less dark. I'm not really sure how to explain it. They just did not feel like the same from back in the day. But enough about the games that I'm excited about. Let me know in the comments below games you're excited for, ones that you were disappointed with, and anything else that you want to talk about video games. Let's continue the discussion down below. That's why we're here. Let's talk. But type it in the comments. So the last thing that I want to kind of talk about is, how did this presentation compare to Xbox? And I'll have to say this. I think the way that they constructed the presentation was definitely better than Xbox's presentation. However, I don't find it much different in the content. Additionally, another one of my gripes was there wasn't a ton of gameplay shown. But again, what is your thoughts? What did you think about the PlayStation presentation? Did you want to see more gameplay? Were you disappointed that you didn't see a game? Let me know in the comments below what you wanted to see more of, or did you see everything you wanted to see? Were you hyped and fully satisfied? Until next time, I bid you farewell.